back to another video. It is reaction season. That's what I'm gonna call it. There's so much going on right now. So much. I can't even say too much, but today we're gonna be talking about the Kanye situation. There's a lot, y'all. There's a lot to unpack, a lot to debunk. As far as I know, for the quicks, I know he's on nitrous. I know his team don't with him for real. They don't have his best interest at heart. So
Kanye West has always been someone who is known to freely speak his mind no matter what anyone thinks or how many people might disagree with his opinions.
The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Damn.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
It was a Jewish doctor. You said the album was coming out on Saturday. It didn't come out. What happened?
I didn't finish it.
He has long been known for being someone who relishes in stirring the pot and creating controversy. And for a long time it seemed like no matter what he did or said, it did not matter because he was winning on such a massive scale.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Iconic.
Many consider him to be one of the most innovative artists of all time, and he has fearlessly pushed the envelope and shaped the sounds of several generations of music with his keen ability to create. And that's not to even mention his billionaire status that he achieved mostly through his clothing creations, and of course the Yeezy brand in general with the shoes. Because even in the midst of all the smoke and mirrors, Kanye always showed himself to be a visionary and an amazing businessman who simply would not take no for an answer. But over the last couple of years, it's growing more and more apparent that Kanye seems to have overextended his welcome, both in the entertainment and major business industry. He has gone through a lot personally with his divorce from Kim Kardashian. Obviously, he had the whole debacle with Adidas cutting him off due to his Twitter rants. He was in massive debt. They froze his bank account. He was coming out every other week saying some outlandish stuff.
Which is crazy, by the way. Let me just say, you
and recently, it's really felt like the first time in history that Kanye is losing impact from literally every standpoint that matters to him, whether that be in business, or in music, or merely his public perception. And that's not to even mention his very fast marriage to Bianca Censori, who he constantly has parading around with no clothes on. Like, I'm talking about completely see-through, like it looks like they wrapped her naked body up with some saran wrap. Like, recently I saw this video where Kanye is out at dinner with a ton of people, and his girl is sitting there just straight up topless. And everyone is sitting around acting like it's completely normal. Like, hey, dude with the shades in the corner, you're not fooling anyone. We know it's a cool 69 in that room and you were making eye contact with those biddies. Now recently Kanye released his newest album, Vultures 2, and it was met with a lot of criticism with a lot of Kanye's lifelong fans wondering what the hell was going on. Because while Kanye might have been wild in doing whatever he wanted, one thing that always stayed consistent was that he was going to make some good sounding music for his fans. And it really did feel like that was something that was never gonna change. I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't making Graduation.
I ain't gonna lie. Niggas say Vultures 2 was, They say Vultures 2 was unfinished. Vultures 2 is this. Vultures 2 is that. Bro, y'all are hating, bro. And now I'm not gonna say it's the cream of the crop. It was the, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that, could y'all do it? And I know you're not. I know you're saying, oh, I didn't say I could do it. No, okay, cool. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure this nigga was going through a lot of shit, but I'm done giving this nigga excuses. Let's go.
Or even the life of Pablo, but he was still capable of releasing a good project. Amongst many criticisms for this album, people mainly complained about the lack of straight-up sound quality on this record.
Ye was in the studio working on the album and accidentally hit submit.
This sounds like something they would release a year after his death. Everything new is either low quality, AI, or songs heard years ago.
Garbage mixing, lazy verses, unfinished songs. Ye can do way better.
My goat is washed.
Now I tried to get through this whole project last night, and it's a very rough listen. In fact, it's so poorly made that it makes Lil Pump's Harvard Dropout look like a masterpiece. And I know Kanye likes to do the thing where he basically—
Like what, bro? Like, I'm not even like... We gonna cut it.
Basically starts putting out
Like,
patch notes on his music, but no amount of remixing or adding or subtracting from these songs is going to make this a listenable experience, much less an enjoyable one. Now this has left even the biggest Kanye stans in shambles. It's kind of like when the Patriots lost Tom Brady and the fans didn't know what to do with themselves because they were so used to being the perennial favorite for damn near 2 decades. But now this alleged whistleblower has come forward, and it might shed some light on Kanye's very strange behavior over the last couple of years. Milo Yiannopoulos is the man who posted this information about Kanye. He is a very controversial political figure who I will say has historically not been the most trustworthy source. And he's definitely said some really strange shit in the past. Despite all of that, when Kanye was going through that arc where he wanted to run for president and was hanging out with the likes of Nick Fuentes and all that other weird shit that he was doing, well, during that time, Milo was apparently working for Kanye on this potential political campaign. And though that movement seems to have now lost all momentum, Kanye had hired Milo once again to be the chief of staff at Yeezy Apparel in April of this year, only for him to step down a month later over a disagreement with the direction of the company where Kanye now wanted to make adult films. Regardless of all of that, Milo would—
That was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Easy. Dang, I can't say that. Easy prawn. Ooh, I can't say that.
Take to Twitter to blow his alleged whistle on what's been going on with Kanye. There is a reason Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is no longer capable of successfully releasing music or clothing. In fact, there are several reasons, but the most serious and the most recent is his dentist, Thomas Connolly. Connolly got Ye hooked on nitrous, laughing gas. It is my belief that Connolly sought to diminish Ye's mental faculties so that Connolly and his business associates could extract millions of dollars from him. Earlier this year,
Damn, y'all got this nigga on that hee ha ha, boy. That's that's insane.
I uncovered the fraud and intervened. Ye hooked on nitrous blew up our relationship on purpose by proposing something that he knew I'd have to resign over, because I had told him so. The resurrection of his longtime idle fantasy of making corn. Thomas Connolly is a dangerous predator who—
Let me just say, that's the most jack dentist I done seen in my life, boy. I don't even know how you do anything carefully. How you do dentist work. Like,
targets African-American celebrities.
Motherfucker, break the scapula, or I said scapula, the scalp, the anything, boy, I don't know.
Into whose mouth he puts fake diamonds, as I suspect he did to Lil Yachty. He must be stopped. I filed a complaint with the California Dental Board last week to that end. Milo would also share this video where he says that Kanye is off the laughing gas.
Ryan Garcia, this is Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
And then he would later post this alleged affidavit, which is a written statement that is signed under oath to verify that the information in the document is true. Now here once again
my lord. It says sworn jurat affidavit regarding Thomas P. Connelly being duly sworn. I hereby swear under oath that what follows is a faithful and accurate account of the facts. My legal name is Milo. I am 39 years of age and I reside at, and nobody cares.
It's signed under oath to verify that the information in the document is true. Now here once again he calls out the dentist Thomas Connolly, accusing him of the unlawful supply of enormous quantities of nitrous gas to the wealthy, famous patient for explicit recreational use, the physical transportation of 4 surgical-sized canisters by Connolly himself into the patient's home on just one afternoon, charging more than $50,000 per month for this service, continuing to supply the gas,
charging more than $50,000, continuing to, oh wait, he's reading it.
Gas long after the emergence.
Sorry, $50K for some nitrous, bro. Dang, that man.
Of distressing symptoms that led to
50 bands, y'all. Think about what can y'all do with 50 bands, bro. 50
widespread comments and concern. Instruction to the patient in the operation of nitrous gas canisters left by Connolly at the patient's home, knowingly encouraging their use in the absence of a qualified anesthesiast or medical professional by a person with a history of mental illness and addiction, the abandonment of said patient to the self-destructive consequences of said dependence, showing indifference or worse to the prospect of permanent damage in the brain and in the body by Connolly's negligence, at best, and malice with the intent to defraud, at worst. Upon information and belief, the wrongful and fraudulent extraction of millions of dollars by Connolly and his business associates from a patient he knew to be confused, dependent, weakened, and in an addicted state. testimony from Connolly's business partner that he has defrauded dozens of his athletes and celebrity client base by charging them for natural stone diamonds orthodontics, but in reality using cheap lab-grown diamonds.
Bro, these niggas are hustling people, bro. Hustling. $15,000, a 15,000%, I said $15,000, the 15,000% hike up on anything is crazy, y'all. It don't, crazy.
Diamonds for as much as a 15,000% in price difference. Testimony from Connolly's business partner that he owes a debt of more than $2 million to the Mexican drug cartel, and that this cartel owns his surgical practice in Beverly Hills and uses it to launder money.
Oh my gosh, Ye's a part of the puzzle. This is good. I ain't gonna lie. Let me hear
this
more.
guy Thomas Connolly is known for being a celebrity dentist who has apparently done work for people like Shaq, Lil Yachty, Justin Jefferson, DaBaby, and many other celebrities.
If I had to credit, who are really the founders of my business,
the Mexican cartel, Annotated,
and Odell Beckham Jr., and that's why they're partners.
This guy's basically putting diamonds and other fancy things in people's mouths. And obviously one of the other big accusations here is that he has taken lab-grown diamonds, presenting them as real to his clients, and then charging them as if they were naturally grown. For those of you that don't know, lab-grown diamonds are significantly cheaper than ones that grow on Earth, but with the human eye, they are nearly indistinguishable. And can I just acknowledge that this dude looks absolutely insane? Like, I'm not trusting anyone who has their hairline tattooed on. Basically, Milo claims here that Kanye started a relationship with this guy doing his teeth. He started giving him access to the laughing gas nitrous, and basically got him addicted to the point where Kanye would do anything to keep him in-house so he could have a steady supply of the laughing gas, no matter what the cost. And Milo claims that this guy, without any real experience in business, wanted to restructure the entire Yeezy company himself. With no experience in either music or fashion, and without examining a single...
This is how you get a soulless business and or corporation. You have sleazy motherfuckers like this that'll take over your shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like... I can't say too much.
Document or interviewing a single member of staff, Connolly proposed widespread and disruptive changes to Yeezy's structure and operations, without even knowing what they were, and offered himself as the ideal candidate to lead the business and revivify the company's fortunes. Although he knew nothing about the business and supplied no business plan or assessment of the company's financials, because he didn't know them. Connolly nonetheless insisted that he could not accept any less than $2.4 million a year in compensation. In his plan, he allegedly detailed that his primary goals were to build the Drome, which was supposed to be some sort of city in the Middle East. His next goal was allegedly to build the personal use N202 system, and then to build some sort of Yeezy car. I mean, if that is all true, that is just an absolute garbage plan of action.
Yeah.
I did find this interview from
it's
last
like,
year.
You're already in debt. You're already in trouble. I don't know if he says he is or he was, but I'm under the impression that he is. If you're going to live off of Ye, you know what I'm saying, and get all that money to pay the cartel back, he's just trying to get more and more and more with more bad investments. Like, that's not going to get you nowhere. And it's not like I know every business thing, but that's just not smart, bro. If you already trying to, all right, I don't know. I mean, I know niggas run off debt. I know debt is good, but like,
here where he sounds very intrigued
that don't sound
by
smart,
the
bro.
idea of the personal use anesthesia.
I think a segue between the two worlds would be the local anesthesia route. There's no reason why tattoo artists aren't giving local anesthetic.
By April, employees at all levels of the company were worrying about...
Okay, that's kind of valid, you know what I'm saying? Because I had some homies with some tattoos talking about some... Oh, it just hurts. It just hurts. Every which way hurts. You know, so it's like, I understand. Like, but like, in those doses, it should be the smallest thing to where it should just, just... put the pain to the side. Nothing crazy.
By April, employees at all levels of the company were worrying about Ye's dependence on the gas and speaking openly about it. Ye talked about it nonstop in meetings. He seemed to be in and out of the inhaler mask on a near constant basis, even posting a video message to MMA fighter Ryan Garcia on the subject. A division head with years of experience working closely with Ye confided to me that it was like speaking to an entirely different person. It was around that time that one of the junior staff confessed that he had seen Connolly hauling 4 large surgical tanks of nitrous oxide into Bianca Sensori's apartment, and that something had told him to take a couple of photographs. A long-standing vendor told me, in apparent amazement, how casually Connolly talked about putting Ye under, understanding him to mean full anesthesia, for no apparent medical purpose, as though it were a normal part of his everyday life. A bill was received and paid for over $61,000 by Yeezy solely for anesthesia and nitrous gas. Some sort of inside source also informed him that Connolly continues to collect fees of this size from Kanye, as well as—
I guess this is just billionaire shit. Like, I don't know what else to say, y'all. Like, this is billionaire shit. I can't.
Flights in hotels and destinations such as Paris and Florence. And basically, prolonged use of this stuff can do some serious damage to not only your mind, but also your body. I was told over the telephone by a Yeezy employee who wished to remain anonymous that they directly witnessed DA self-administering the nitrous gas provided by Connolly. Most disturbingly of all, I learned that Connolly had moved into the apartment building Ye resided at during this period, at Ye's expense, giving Connolly's familiarity with rap and hip-hop music stars, many of whom have been clients in the past. There can be no doubt that he was aware of Ye's psychological vulnerabilities. Milo would also go on to share a group message that was allegedly between him, Kanye, and this dentist.
Every time I keep saying Milo, I just keep remembering that Trippy verse. Bad dog Milo! And it's from Can You Rap Like Me by Trippie Redd. It's an oldie but a goodie. That's an old Trippie song. If y'all know, y'all know. You feel me?
Where the dentist allegedly...
But then again, I ain't no SoundCloud whore for, you know, so...
That was allegedly between him, Kanye, and this dentist. Where the dentist allegedly speaks about wanting to build this personal nitrous machine. This needs to be a long-term goal. Get recreational nitrous legalized. To which Milo posed these questions and concerns, and Kanye says allegedly, "Can I have nitrous today? Tom, you said you'd bring them by today. Checking in." Kanye's new chief of staff would actually respond to these claims, sort of, saying that Kanye is the healthiest and happiest he's been in a long time after taking a break from social media, and that the toxic people who used him are now out of the picture. Milo also claims that when he was put in charge that he noticed that Kanye's company was burning money at a massive rate, and that most of it was going towards nothing productive. And he really does make it seem like several people here were taking Kanye for a free ride, leeching off his wealth and taking advantage of his trust and his bad mental health. Even claiming that someone named Paul Johnson had seized assets from Kanye.
For example, I discovered that Paul, a former gallery owner and longtime advisor to Ye, had charged him $6 million in 2021 for a Damien Hirst sculpture that could not have been worth even $2 million, and then proceeded to claim millions of dollars a year from Ye in the years after, allegedly to oversee his archive. In fact, under Johnson, the archive was being plundered. Irreplaceable artifacts are now gone forever thanks to losses and thefts under Johnson's tenure, including Ye's Grammys, personal effects from the births of his children, and even his mother's death certificate. Johnson has bragged drunkenly, "Are you niggas okay? What you need Donda's death certificate for? What do you need his Grammy for? I get Grammys are worth money, but you ain't put nothing to it, my boy." Who is this nigga, boy? Let me see, bro. I said, Kanye. This is who took your shit, my boy? Wow. Hopefully that's the right Paul Johnson, but hey, yo, bro. The goofiest of Goobertons.
Including Grammys, birth certificates of his children, and apparently even his mother's death certificate. I mean, obviously, guys, it's impossible to know how many of these claims can actually be substantiated. And this guy Milo is not known for being the most trustworthy source, but a lot of what he says here, at least to me, looks like it could possibly be legit. Especially given some of the interviews I've watched with this guy Tom Connolly and how anxious he seems to further evolve the personal use of anesthesia and N2O2, I guess I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if there was some truth to these statements. Obviously, if this was a legit affidavit, he could be tried for perjury, and that would be a federal offense if he is lying. So he's really kind of putting his life on the line here. And that's not to even mention the Mexican cartel, which can obviously be extremely powerful. But I want to know what you guys think about all of this down below. I think it would definitely...
Shout out Jamari for the video. I ain't even gonna cap. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Jamari, boy. So, hey, bro. Don't worry about the clothes. We already explained in the last video. Go watch it. But I have to fold them. But y'all, what? Like, my mind can't even begin to just... I don't even know. Maybe I'm yapping too much. Maybe it's just because I actually fuck with Ye. I don't know him as a person, obviously. I fuck with his work and his art and what he's brought to the culture. I will specify. How about that, y'all? It's just insane. Like, money, fame, and all that shit must be a hell of a drug for these niggas, or just in general, because I just no words, bro. Just no words. Like, you are, from a day-to-day basis, you are hurting this man. And I understand he pays for it. He says yes. He signs off on it. He's okay. But we've known for years on end that this nigga is not okay. We've known this nigga's mental has declined as far back as when his mother died, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, but like, that's been reported, these past 4 years have not been the brightest for Ye. And it's not like they'll never be bright again. It's not like that. But you see that these niggas don't have his best interests. You see, y'all see. So, hey, let's bring awareness to this. You know what I'm saying? Run this bitch up, please, because this is insane. Ye, get off the nitrous, bro. You're fucking with your mental. The one thing you don't need to be fucked, you know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing that makes you Ye. And I know I'm not the one that should be talking. You know, I be smoking, but it's just like, yo, nitrous has real effects. That is why it is off like nobody can get to that. It's except if you're a special nigga. You know what I'm saying? So all I gotta say is, bro, I'ma pray, because there's nothing else I can do. Just bring awareness. Just keep talking about it. Man, oh man, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It just disturbs me, because at the root cause of all this is money. So it is what it is. I'll catch y'all later, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. And bro, these niggas need help.